My first ever Tinder date was awful. It was awful. We match, we're chatting. He looked really cute in the photos. We're chatting for a while and he goes, we should catch up. And I was like, yeah, we should. He was like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, let's just go to Chermside. It's easy. It's local. It's easy. And he goes, oh, a bit difficult for me to get to, but all good. And I was like, do you not drive? And he was like, no, I don't. And I was like, that's a red flag. But I'm too naive to know red flags and know to not go on the date. Anyway, I'm like, just to be polite, I'm like, oh, do you want me to pick you up? And he was like, that'd be great. And I was like, you're supposed to be like, no, don't worry about it. So I can be like, no, it's fine. Or just like say no because like you're a man. So then I like go to pick him up. He actually looks like the photos, which I was shocked. We get to Betty's Burgers, really romantic. And you know how you have to like stand and order before you like sit down? We're there ordering and he finishes his order and then he looks at me and he goes, do I have to pay for you? Like exactly like that. And I was like, no. And the girl at the counter is like looking at me like, sis. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. It gets worse though. We sit down, he's really boring and he only talks about himself. And then the little buzzer thing goes off and he goes up to get his food and he comes back down and he goes, oh, yours is over there by the way. And I was like, you couldn't have just grabbed that? Like, what do you mean? Anyway, go get my food. I literally have the worst 45 minutes of my life. Like it was just awful. It was so bad. And so we're getting up to leave and he goes, oh, do you want to go watch a movie? I should have said no, but I'm too awkward and uncomfortable to say no. So I was like, sure. We go over to the cinema and he goes, what do you want to see? And I was like, oh, honestly, like I'm really easy, but like anything except the Jurassic World movie. Like I don't really do dinosaurs. I don't know if he didn't listen to what I said or he didn't give a, but he goes up to the counter and he goes, 2 for Jurassic World, please. And I was like, and then everyone knows how expensive it is at Chermside. He looks at me. He just stares at me. She says the price and he just looks at me until I eventually pull out my card and I pay for it.
No,
and he goes, oh,
girl, he sprinkled you.
We get into the cinema. My had just touched the seat and he goes, can we make out now? And I was like, no. So he grabs my hand and he holds it like a dead fish for the whole movie. Sweaty mother, the whole 2.5 hours is just holding my hand. And I was like, this is the worst. We leave, start walking back to my car. He just assumes I'm going to drive him home, so he just gets in my car and I drive him back and we pull out the front of his house and he goes, so can we make out now? And I was like, sorry, no.
What part of this date makes you think that it went well? I swear, some guys are just so they think that they just like don't have to do anything. They don't have to work for it at all. Def's a red flag if he doesn't drive. I don't know if I agree with that per se. It's definitely an asset if he drives. I don't drive. Is that a red flag? I'm just a passenger princess. All the non-drivers in the comment section feeling offended.
The worst date, and I mean absolute worst date you've been on. I'll go first. One day, me and my friends go on the lake and we're partying, and this group of boys in the boat next to us are so fine, and they come over to us and they invite us to go on their boat. So you know my booted over and went. So this smexy boy was talking to me and he was like, what are you doing after this? And I'm like, nothing. And he's like, I really want to take you out to lunch after this. Let's go. Time passes by. I'm in my Uber on the way there, feeling myself, and I accidentally spill a little bit of drink on myself, but that's okay. I'm still going.
You're
As
drinking
I pull
in the
up,
Uber?
I see him walking in. But you know who I see behind him? His 5 friends. Walk in. First thing he whispers to me is, that stain. Are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends? Rest of the lunch went fine, I guess, until he apologizes for the comment he made and he says, what are you doing tonight? I want to take you out to dinner. And why did I go? Because it gets so much worse. So I go back home, I get ready, and then I drive 40 minutes to see him again. I pull up to his house, and what is he doing? He's outside playing basketball with his friends. I get out of the car in my mini skirt and my hair extensions, and I say, where are we going? We get into his car, and his friend walks up to the window, but I can't hear what they're saying because he's blasting music. He gets out of the car, his friend goes and sits in the driver's seat and drives off with me alone. Am I being right now?
I'm sorry, what?
He's speeding. He's not paying attention to anything I'm saying. I'm like, sir, where are you taking me? Take me back to my date. I don't know if he can't hear me because of the music. But then he drives back to my date. And my date gets back in the car. And I'm like, what the F just happened? Want to know his response? Oh, I'm selling my car to my homeboy. And he wanted to do a little test run really quick before I sell it to him. So you leave me in the car with him? He's like, Julia, I'm really sorry. I really like you. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Where are we going to dinner? And I'm like, you pick. Just wait. So his homeboy calls him in the middle of us deciding where to eat. And he goes, hey, do you and Julia want to hang out with us? And he goes, yeah, sure. At this point, oh my God, I'm about to explode.
Girl, it could not get worse than that, could it? Could it?
So I'm like, bro, are you effing kidding me right now? And he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to say. We can only hang out with them for like an hour and then we can do our own thing. So his friends pull up and they are in a Jeep, an open window, open door Jeep. Mind you, there's 4 boys in this car. I'm the only girl there, and they have the great idea to go on the highway at 100 miles an hour. Anyone who wears hair extension knows that highway and open windows and hair extensions do not go together. While we're on the freeway, I'm holding my hair like this so it doesn't fall out, and he's trying to kiss me. Bro, we are in the car. I am in the middle seat, and you are trying to kiss me while 5 boys are in this car. Do not touch me. 2 hours go by of us literally driving and doing nothing. I cannot take it anymore. I scream, pull over and let me out of this car right the now. They did. And then I went up to him and I said, you will never pull a girl if you act this way. I'm embarrassed for you. You are 25 years old. His response, then why do I have a girlfriend of 1 year?
Good question. You got me there. I think he likes his friends, not girls.
My love life is like, it's like straight out of like a comedy. Not that long ago, I went on a date with this guy. At first, I wasn't really interested, but then after our date, I was like, oh, like, I actually really like him. And after looking at him longer, he's getting handsome. Everything's good for literally a few days. And then after that, the vibe is just different. You can tell he's just pulling away. But then he chalks it up to like, oh, I'm not a good texter, or oh,
No, there's someone else. There's someone else.
Oh, and then like we had plans to hang out again, and then he's like, oh, like my dad just pulled up. He's staying over, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Literally just yesterday, he basically had texted me talking about like, I do like you, I do want to get to know you, sorry I was being stupid, I think you're gorgeous and we just really vibe and get along, and cool. I'm like, bet. I just want to like feel wanted, and we don't have to text all the time, just let's set up dates and that's it, and we're good. Literally never responds, never ever responds. Cool, whatever. So because he had already been acting like kind of weird, pulling back and stuff, I accepted to go on a date with somebody else.
Good for you.
And so we go on a date yesterday. We went to a restaurant, and you will never guess who was there.
Let me guess. He was there on a date with somebody else.
We get sat at a high top. We're chilling. We're talking, having a good time, having a great conversation. Super handsome guy. He's super nice, super chill. Some guy gets sat right next to us because it's like multiple high tops kind of next to each other.
Oh, God.
Some guy gets sat right next to us.
Ooh.
Right next to me. At first, I didn't like look to see who it was. I'm just like, hey, someone's getting sat here. But then he's sitting there for a second, and then like I turned for a second, and like it was him. It was him.
Girl, I love the fact that he saw you on a date with someone else, though.
Within a few seconds of me having turned to look and then like turning back to look at my date, the guy gets up and goes back to the hostess to ask to be sat somewhere else, because I'm pretty sure he realized and noticed that it was me, especially when I was talking to the other guy. He heard my voice. Not that long later, a girl shows up, and she comes and she sits right next to us. But then she realizes that he's not there, and then she gets up and goes to go sit with him. So obviously my date noticed that I was like squirmish and like, ugh. She's like, what's wrong? Whatever. And I was like, honestly, don't judge me. I'm going to be honest with you. And I told him the truth. I told him everything. And he was so nice about it. He was so cool, so nice about it. And he was like, let's send them.
Oh, I love him already, babes.
So at first I'm like, no, like we're not doing that. Like, come on now.
Do
and
it.
He's like, why not? Like, let's share happiness. I was like, all right, like you want to send them shits? Fine, let's send them shits, but we have to take a shit too. And he's like, now you're talking. So we get the waitress and we ask her for shits, and we ask her to send shits to the other table, to the other couple. So she's like, yeah, okay, cool. So we sent them a shit, and she takes them over and she tells them whatever. And we're like waiting for them to turn around to see like who sent it, and to like just be like, cheers, just to be, well, to me it was just being petty. But they literally never turned around. They just took the. So the waitress comes back to us and she's like, that was so weird. She's like, they didn't even ask who they were from. Like, it was almost like they were just expecting it. She was like, they kind of seemed a little bit entitled, like they didn't care, and they just took it like as if they had ordered the drinks.
Wow.
And then I proceeded to enjoy the rest of my date with the guy that I was with, who's way more handsome.
Period. Love a happy ending. You know what he was probably saying to his date? He's probably like,
oh, this crazy. She's just crazy. Oh god, I went on a date with her. She's just obsessed with me.
For a while, I was hooking up with this guy, and no matter what, he would never invite me to sleep over. Like, it was very weird.
He has a
were hooking
girlfriend.
up for several months, and we would hang out multiple times a week and hang out until 2 a.m. at his apartment and go on dates, and yet he would just never actually invite me to sleep over. The other context for this story is that he also insisted on driving me everywhere. Like, even if our plan was to hang out at his apartment, he would drive and pick me up from my apartment and then drive me back to his apartment. So he was always driving, which worked for me because I am bad at driving. Yeah, because I'm a woman. Boing, oing, oing. Just kidding. But I am very bad at driving, regardless of my gender. Anyway, one night, I'm like fed up. It's been like months of hooking up with this guy. I'm like, why doesn't he just invite me to sleep over? You know, I like sleeping at other people's places because my room is always messy and I like to sleep in a clean room. Is that too much to ask? And no, I will not clean my own room to fix this problem. Anyway, one night we're hanging out until like 4 a.m. Okay. And we have multiple times. So you think I've earned my spot in his bed for the night, my spot in his inn. So, but I'm hinting really heavily. I'm like, just invite me to sleep over. Oh my God. So I'm hinting, I'm doing the thing where I'm like, oh, like, I'm just so comfy. Like, I could fall asleep right here. Me. Oh, man, I'm gonna fall asleep. And I feel his arms stiffen around me. And after a big beat of silence, he goes, well, you can sleep in the car. What a burn. Oh, my God.
oh, Lord. I'm sorry. Did he have like a girlfriend in nursing or something? Like, or was it just like a,
Oh, if you sleep over, then this is more serious than I want it to be.
I had such a bad date. I'm like kind of scared for my life because this guy's kind of psycho. So I met this guy on Hinge. Picked this like sushi restaurant. He wanted to go get sushi. And he asked me what type of food I like. I told him I'm pretty much open-minded, just pick anything. And so like everything was fine, but he would kind of give me like subtle flags that he had like a small temper. Like he would get like mad over like little things, like, you know, just waiting 5 seconds for the valet person to get the car. But I'm a nice person. I'm a nice girl. I like to see the best in people, so I kind of like ignore those stuff. Big mistake. So at the beginning of the day, he proceeds to say that he has never done anything like this for a woman. He said that he had to drive all the way from Beverly Hills to downtown, and he's never done that. And he's never taken out a woman on a date. So
red flag.
What type of women have you been dating?
Yeah, no kidding.
So when we finished our food, he asked me what I wanted to do after. And I was like, oh, well, you know, whatever you want. We can go to like a bar, we can go to a club, whatever. So guess what he suggested? He said, since you have a luxury apartment, why don't we go back to your place? And I told him, absolutely not. I don't know you. I don't take people back to my place. Sorry. Respectfully. I said that very respectfully. And he got mad. He kept asking me why. Why can't I go to your place? Why can't I, like, there's no reason. Like, why is the reason? The reason is stupid. Kept saying because I didn't have a valid reason as to why I didn't want to let him into my apartment.
You don't need one, babes.
I had to let him in my apartment. At that point, I excused myself to go to the restroom. I was going to leave the date. But you know,
should've.
me as a nice person, I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't know. I'm very nice.
You're too nice.
I should have left because when I came back, he asked me to split the bill, which threw me off because you suggested to go out with me. You took me on a date. Now you're asking me to pay half because I didn't let you go into my apartment because you didn't get lucky.
Yeah.
I grabbed the check. I told the waiter, he's weird. I'm leaving. Charge his card. I'm gone. This man proceeded to chase me down and hold me back and started calling me Mexican trash.
Whoa!
And Mexican, I don't know. He started calling me all these racial slurs.
Whoa!
I literally left on the scooter and he started texting me all this crazy. I blocked him. He started calling me on unknown numbers. He starts like spamming my Instagram with comments and just disrespectful. Literally had to email
What is wrong
Hinge
with you?
and show Hinge all the email threads, everything.
Good.
I screenshot everything. Like, I am worried I have a stalker now and could kill me because he knows where I live. Men worry about getting finessed on a date out of a meal, but women worry about literally getting
And that's literally the thing, right? Oh no, you have to pay $30 for someone else's meal. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to worry about getting. It's not the same. Replace nice with naive, man. Yeah, Kate, nice is not a good word for that. I actually agree with that. We don't gotta be nice to nobody. Stop being so nice.